Hi everyone, this video is going to demonstrate basic GeoGebra tools as well as a few of the basic transformations. So if you have not already clicked on the link for GeoGebra, please do so. It's in the description of the video. Make sure you have that open and it's ready to go so that you're practicing this with me as I do, you do. Okay? And if you have any questions, please pause the video and let me know. Okay, so first thing is first, let's look at the cursor tool, because your cursor tool is going to help you out if you want to click and drag something. Usually I use this to drag my grid, right? So as long as you have your cursor, you can see and zoom in on different parts of the grid. So I can shrink this, I can enlarge it, I can do all that. So now right now, I would like you to focus on the positive quadrant. So let's, okay, that's good. Something like that is good. Okay, now let's start with points. If you click on the point tool, you can click anywhere on the grid and place points. Okay. And if you made a mistake or you don't like the way something came out, for example, I don't like the way B and C came out. I would like them in the corner of the grids, not off of it. Kind of like A and D look really nice. They're in the corner of the grid and the intersecting lines, but B and C are a little off. All right, so I'll just click up here, the undo button, and it undoes it. Okay, now let's do the same thing that we just did, but let's use it with a polygon tool. Polygon tool will close a polygon for you if you do it correctly. So let's make the square again. And you'll see that the segments, okay, I don't like the C. I don't like the B. No, I'm not picky. I broke my pencil, so I can't use my pencil. You'll see that while you're connecting the dots, it's putting the segment in between them to close the figure, which means that if you really want to close it, I can't stop here. I have to click back on A, and now it's closed. We're looking at a square in the first quadrant. So now let's, here's an example of using the cursor on an object. If you click the cursor and then click the object, now you can see it's stretching B or the figure, okay? We are not going to use circle with center. Let's click the line tool to demonstrate that briefly. Click 2 points anywhere where you would like to make a straight line, and it has an infinite line for you. Undo that because we don't need it. But now let's click more to get down to the transformations. Skip down to where it says transform. We're going to focus on the top 3. Translate by vector, rotate around a point, reflect around a line. So I'm going to demonstrate each one of those, and then that's it. And then I have something for you to practice. So the first thing I want to do is we're going to translate by vector, but I'm going to try to do it without the vector first, because you could do this 2 ways. You could click on translate, click and hold the object, and then move it to where you want to go. Okay, that's the first way you could do it. The other way you could do it is to translate like it says by a vector, which means if you scroll up to the lines section, click the vector, click a starting point and the end point where you want it to move to. You should see a little arrow like that, the gray one. Scroll back down, hit translate, click the object, and then click the vector. I didn't click the vector, I clicked the random point. So that stinks. Let's try that again. I'm going to go back to making my vector because I'm not clicking it properly. Hopefully it worked for you the first time. If you click the object and then the vector, you're going to be okay. It'll move over just like it did before. There it is. So you'll notice this square slid over. If A started here at 0 and now it's on, A prime is on 2, so it slid over 2 to the right. Okay, that's a slide. a translation. Okay, I'm gonna undo that because now I want to show you rotate and reflect. Let's do reflect first. Now, in order for you to see this reflection, this should be okay, but let's move the grid a little bit. Let's move it, yeah, okay. And then click reflect about a line. Well, first of all, you need a line on here if you're going to reflect, right? So let's go back up to lines and let's click, let's say I want to reflect this over the x-axis. Then I need an actual line here, and there it is, line EF. I'm going to reflect, click the object, and click the line that you just made. And now you see the figure again. So what I want you to pay attention here to is look at A, and then look at where A prime is, look at B, and look at where B prime is, and C and D, C prime and D prime, and just make your notices real quick and let me know. Okay, that is reflection. So I'm going to undo my reflection and my line, and now I want to show you rotate. If you click the rotate, you are supposed to pick the object and what you want to rotate around. So I'm going to pick my square and I'm going to rotate it around point D. And now it's asking me, hey, do you want to go counterclockwise or clockwise? I'm just going to leave it alone for now, counterclockwise. And I want to go, I'm going to click on the degrees because I would like to change it to 100, let's backspace, 180 degrees. Click OK, and then boom, it rotated for me. Again, let's pay attention to where A is, A prime, B, B prime, C, C prime, D, D prime. Pay attention to where they are and make some notes about what you noticed. It's really important. So that's actually it for these tools. What I would like you to do, just to get started and practice so that you can show your understanding of this, I would like you to do these two things, please. So pause the video and do these two things. Okay, once you've demonstrated this, I would like you to actually do a translation, a rotation, and a reflection based on this triangle that you've created. You've created triangle ABC. You've passed a line through it. You can remove the line if it's distracting. I just wanted to make sure that you're comfortable using the tools to create the line. But what I need you to do is to translate the triangle. Rotate the triangle, reflect the triangle, and I want you to pick what you're going to rotate around and how many degrees. I want you to pick, just as long as you've translated it, rotated it, and reflected it, and showed it to us, then you're going to be good. Okay? Any questions, make sure you let us know.